everybody. Dan Illman and Mike Beer here in the winner's circle at beautiful Del Mar, getting set for Future Stars Friday. And the Friday DRF race of the day is the Grade 1 $2 million Breeders Cup Juvenile. Carded as race number 9. Let's take a look at this field. Remember to access those free Formulator Pass performances on the Race of the Day page at DRF.com. Take a peek, handicap along with us. We've got some very good 2-year-olds this year, Mike. 3 from the Bob Baffert barn.
I think this is one of the better races over the 2 days of the Breeders' Cup. Dan, I looked at this race. I wanted to make a case for I want to say everybody. I'm going to leave the 2 Japanese horses out. I'm going to let you make the case for those horses if there is one to be made. Everybody else, I feel like I could talk myself into all of them.
You've got 3 Bafferts in here. None of them are going to be the favorite because East Avenue has been brilliant for Brendan Walsh. Chancellor McPatrick is also unbeaten for Chad Brown. Those 2 horses are going to vie for favoritism, and they have completely different running styles, as we see from our Timeform US pace projector. East Avenue likes to be close on the pace. Chancellor McPatrick utilizes Silky Sullivan-esque tactics.
It seems like Chancellor McPatrick has only one way to go here, Dan. I mean, it's not like he's a total plotter, but he always winds up at the back of the pack, and then he comes with big runs from off the pace. He's a really talented horse. East Avenue, no mistakes so far. How good is this horse?
He's very, very good, but is he going to face heat early in the form of the number 5, Jonathan Sway? Timeform US certainly believes so. This horse overcame a lot of trouble to win his debut, then went right to the top last time out in the Iroquois. He can work out any trip he wants, and he's underrated.
I think the key to this race is the pace, though, Dan, because listen, obviously East Avenue is a very fast horse. He'll be going forward from post 1. You're right that Jonathan's Way has plenty of speed. What about Getaway Car? They didn't use his speed last time in the American Pharoah. This horse is fast. They're not rating this time.
You're absolutely right. They let his stablemate Citizen Bull get the lead last time. This time, Getaway Car, you would think his best chance is to go to the top. Let's start things off with East Avenue, 5-2 on the morning line. 2 starts, 2 wins by a combined 13 1/4 lengths, including this effort in the Breeders' Futurity. 2 turns at a mile and a 16th with a short stretch. He went to the front. They had no shot.
No, he's just been really, really impressive in both of his races so far. He's a very well-bred horse. He has translated that pedigree onto the racetrack. His debut was really good. Listen, I guess because he's the morning line favorite, the temptation is to sort of poke holes in him. That Breeders' Futurity last time, big speed track, the rail was good. He got right to the top, right to the rail, and he never gave that field a chance. Even with all the advantages he had, this horse was super impressive last time.
Talk about super impressive. Visually, the 2 Getaway Car's first 2 starts, both right here at Del Mar, were amazingly, from a visual standpoint. Wire to wire both times, got loose both times, but just was on cruise control in the stretch. In the Del Mar Futurity 2 starts back, I think he just got caught up in a very fast-paced duel with a horse that ended up finishing last, and it didn't work out for him. And in the American Pharoah, you mentioned it, they decided to rate. He really wasn't giving any quarter the final 16th.
It was just a very odd race. You hate to see that kind of stuff happen. This is a horse who, just on paper, handicapping it, you think that this horse is going to the lead first time out around 2 turns, but they didn't even try to make it. They conceded to his stablemate Citizen Bull, and then all Getaway Car could do was chase. We'll see what they do with him here. I do think he's talented enough to compete with these horses.
Here's a question mark. The number 3, Hill Road, chipping in from Ireland to make his first appearance on the dirt. He's got a dirt pedigree. He's by Quality Road. The dam was Group 3 placed on dirt in Argentina, and the dam's also a half-sister to City of Light, who won the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, who won the Pegasus World Cup, who won other Grade 1 stakes races. This horse is bred for dirt, but he's catching a really strong group.
I don't know if this is the right spot to ship over, and these are good 2-year-olds here. This horse looked really good winning his debut at a mile on turf. They tried a way tougher Group 1 last time, and he was no match.
Ferocious sold for 7 figures earlier this year, then was the debut winner at Saratoga over a muddy track, had to deal with an inside post position, got a big fig that day of a 96, and then it seemed like he ran in spots in the hopeful in his second lifetime start. He was in good position, it looked like he wasn't going anywhere, and then once he saw Chancellor McPatrick, it kind of seemed like he dug in again, re-rallied, and only got beat a half length. He threw a fit in the gate before the Breeders' Futurity, unseated Louis Saez before the start, wanted to get forward, got bumped into the rail, and then ended up chasing East Avenue throughout.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I get all the ways to look at his last 2 races and just sort of want to be lenient on him and say that there's more to come for this horse, and I do believe that that's true. This horse is really talented. I can't find the excuses that I can really buy into for either one of those last 2 starts. And I personally just think he's been a little disappointing in both of those races. His debut was super impressive. I know it was on a wet track. I know it was sprinting. It was super impressive. He does get Castellano back. Castellano got hurt after that. He didn't get to ride him in either of the other grade ones. Now he gets to ride him. I don't know if that's going to make any kind of a difference. I don't want to totally dismiss him in here, Dan, but I like other horses.
Jonathan's Way, we were at the track at Saratoga watching his debut. He took a lot of money. There was a lot of buzz based on the Clocker reports going into this race, and he lived up to it. He didn't break very well. He made a big sweeping move on the turn, and he kept on going, and you just knew he was a stake horse after that. In the Iroquois last time out, Joel didn't fool around. He went to the front, and he made that even money, 6-5, look like a bargain.
Yeah.
He can do anything from a tactical standpoint. Yeah. I think he's one of the more underrated horses in the race, and I think he might offer the best value of the contenders.
God, I feel like I have to agree with all that stuff. I mean, this is a horse who, he took the path of least resistance, it seems like, to get to the Breeders' Cup. I mean, the 1-turn mile in the Iroquois, it doesn't feel like he was meeting, you know, the really good horses there. That being said, they put him on the lead. It's not like that field just turned him loose. They pressured this horse the entire way. He turned away everybody in there. Another really strong performance. He could easily be this good.
Citizen Bull's only loss came in the Del Mar Futurity, 2 starts back behind Gaming, who's also in this race. They then stretched him out for the first time in the American Pharaoh, and that was the race where we all expected Getaway Card to get the lead. It didn't happen. Citizen Bull got the lead, and he walked on it. 23-4, 47-3, and Citizen Bull, despite popping back to his left lead in the stretches, you see, is home free with an 89 buyer. The pace is going to be a lot faster in here. We'll see if he can sit and finish.
I think he can sit and finish. So that's one of the reasons why I don't want to totally dismiss him here. I wouldn't bet him off the race we just watched, the American Pharaoh. He just had too many things go his way and play to his advantage in there for me to want to, you know, believe that the 89 buyer is legit. That being said, he didn't look that great in the Del Mar Futurity. I hated the trip and the ride he got in that race, and I don't think he ran as poorly as it looks on paper. I do think this horse is good. I want to wait and see what kind of price he is.
Gaming skipped the American Pharaoh. We'll get to that in a minute. He hasn't run in almost 2 months. He was a very good-looking debut winner here, going 6.5, and I liked his Del Mar Futurity, the race we're going to show you right now, because it was almost appeared they wanted to teach him some things. He tracked inside, got a little dirt in his face, came in between horses on the turn, and he was very game to beat a pretty good 2-year-old in McKenzie Street, with Citizen Bull finishing 3rd. What about missing the American Pharaoh and coming into this race fresh?
I don't know. I'd like to hear what the reasoning is for that. If there was, you know, some kind of issue that kept him from it, or if this was the plan all along to make the Breeders' Cup his 2-turn debut. I guess we'll find out, Dan. I really think this colt could be as talented as anybody in this field. His debut was a really, really strong performance, and to me, even after contesting the pace early, he was still running right through the wire in there. It just makes me feel like this is a horse who was going to stretch out in distance. They took him back a little bit early in the grade 1 last time, but he was coming forward with powerful strides up the backstretch, kept going all the way through the stretch. A really impressive win. I wish that they ran in the local prep for this. They didn't. I don't know how much I care about it. This horse is good.
2 for 2 here at Del Mar. 8-1 on the morning line with Irad and Baffert. The 8 is Shin Believe, one of the 2 Baffert trained runners. This guy sold for $800,000 at OBS in March after breezing a furlong in 9-4. He's by constitution. His dam was a multiple Group 2 winner on turf and a multiple Group 3 winner on dirt in Argentina. Very versatile. And this horse was able to handle 1 1/8 in his career debut. I don't know what he beat that day. He beat 14 other first-time starters, but he did it easily.
Yeah, he did it. He did it easily. He was obviously highly regarded going into that race, too. You don't have to worry about distance with this horse. I don't know if they're shipping over the kind of horse who can beat this field. These are good American-based 2-year-olds in this field. If he matches up, he matches up. I'm not betting it.
Akaro Azell is going to be stretching out for the first time. A debut winner going 6 furlongs back in July. Didn't run very well against American Bikini, the filly that we'll see in the juvenile fillies earlier in the card. The 7th finisher from that race came back to win by Chancelot, who was a fast sprinter a couple of years ago. The dam was a multiple stakes winner against fellow Louisiana breds.
Yeah, not seeing the pedigree to make me think this horse is going to get better going longer, but I guess we'll see. If you told me I just had to take one of the Japanese horses, I guess I would take the 8, as will most people, I suppose, but I'm probably not taking either.
The Timeform US late pace rating, the fastest one, well, it goes to this guy. What a surprise. Chancellor McPatrick, perfect from 3 starts. Here's his win in the Champagne, his 2nd Grade 1 victory. He broke fine in this race, but they just settled behind a pretty solid pace. I love the way he made this smooth outside bid into contention on the turn, and then he was able to keep that momentum going all the way through the wire. And I have a feeling that runner-up might be Todd's best 2-year-old, Tip Top Thomas. I think he's a good horse,
Yeah.
and I think the fact that Chancellor McPatrick, after making an early move and still going by him, it shows his quality.
I'm not going to argue any of those points there. This one, he's just looked really good in all 3 of his starts. The debut where he just looked super green as soon as that dirt started hitting him, he wound up way far back. He came flying through the stretch. I mean, bumped at the start of the Hopeful. Pratt's out of his iron for a few strides out of the gate, has to adjust that while he drops back through the pack. And then he just sweeps up on that field and wins. 2-time Grade 1 winner. Listen, he's going to have to prove it now around 2 turns over a track that could be a little speed friendly. Is he going to have that same kick around 2 turns as he has around 1? These are all serious questions for him to answer. He's super talented.
Before we take a look at our top selections, please click the subscribe button on the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for the latest DRF videos. We'll have Breeders' Cup Classic Saturday previews, a webinar with Andy Beyer, Brad Free, Steve Christ. We got David Aragona and Gino Baccola talking about multiple race wagers and lots more. Top pick time, Friday race of the day, Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Give me Gaiman.
I'm going to take Gaiman in this race. I could have, again, I feel like I could have made a case for a lot of different horses. I'm not, like way against East Avenue in here, but I think there are too many ways to go to just take the favorite in this race, whether he wins or loses. I'm going to try Gaiman here, first time around 2 turns.
It's a fair point. I think East Avenue is the most likely winner. I am very curious to see how this opening quarter mile plays out, because something tells me this time East Avenue is not getting the lead. That it's either going to be Getaway Card or Jonathan's Way, and East Avenue might have to take dirt for the first time. We're going to find out how good he is on Saturday. I'm going to go with him. I think the Chancellor McPatrick will come running late. I really would like to see Jonathan's Way run well. It's an excellent edition of the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Juvenile, your DRF race of the day for Friday here at the Breeders' Cup. Good luck. Hey, let me give you a hot tip. If you liked the content that you've seen before, click on the like and subscribe button right here. And of course, for more DRF videos like Race of the Days, Stakes previews, click on the videos right here.